7th, 1991, at Ortonville, Minnesota. And this is the conversation between Jim Burgess and Charles McLaughlin.
I put down as we're at my home.
At the Burgess home in Ortonville, Minnesota, overlooking the golf course and Big Stone Lake.
Right.
Jim, you were raised in Grant County, is that right?
Right. Born in Elbow Lake. Raised there and graduated from high school in Elbow Lake in 1941.
You lived in town?
Lived in town, right.
What did your dad do?
My dad was a county highway engineer.
Oh.
Grant County.
For how long a period of time?
From 1916 to 1946.
Well, you were brought up. Jim was Big Stone County highway engineer for how long?
May 74 till February 1st, 1985.
And before this, you were county engineer at Wilkin County?
At Wilkin County in Breckenridge. September of 1957 to May of 74.
We're kind of going at this backwards. Where did you come from before you went to Wilkin County then?
Well, I had worked for the state of Minnesota Highway Department, 1947 to 1956. And from there, then I worked for a contractor for a couple of years.
Oh, yeah. Where did your parents come from? Were they natives around Elbow Lake, or where were they?
My mother came from Rush City, Minnesota, on a farm.
What was her maiden name?
Her name was Minnie Friedstrom.
That sounds like a little Scandinavian.
Swede.
Swede?
Well, my dad came from Wisconsin, all around Stolen Springs and in that territory. That's really about all I know of where he came from and what he did over there.
He must have been English.
I always I think Burgess is an English name, I guess.
How about your mother? How did her relatives or her parents come from Sweden, or?
I couldn't tell you that.
You don't really know.
No.
Yeah.
They were just small, her parents, and they were just small farmers in the Rush City area.
Yeah. How about your dad's folks? What did they do?
I don't know anything about them.
Oh, yeah. When did you get married then? Before you went to service, or after?
Oh, I got married February 14th, 1948.
Oh, after you come back from service then.
Right.
What was your wife's maiden name?
Her name was Adeline Larson. It's Danish Larson.
Where was her home
folks,
originally?
Her folks were from a little town east of Elbow Lake. Erdo was the name of the town. They lived on a farm out there, and also I guess he was working in the elevator in Erdo at one time.
Oh, yeah. Did she know any of her parents that came from?
Oh, yeah, her parents. Her dad was from Little Falls, where he originally came from.
Oh, yeah.
And her mother from right around Erdo lived on the farm.
Were they Swedish?
Norwegian.
Norwegian.
No.
And you must have gone to service then shortly after high school.
I went in, I graduated in 1941 from high school. And then I spent a couple of years, I never didn't know what was going on. I guess sowing my wild oats.
Oh.
And then in February of 1943, I was drafted into the service.
Oh, yeah. In 43?
Right.
Did you pick the Air Force, or did they just put you there?
No, I was sent to a camp down in Virginia. Camp Pendleton was the name of the camp, for basic training, which I took there, and then I decided that if I could get in the Air Force, I'd try for that, which I did. Then I took some tests, and then I got transferred into the Air Force.
What, did you go to Air Force officer training school, or?
No, went into the Air Force, the cadet system. Went to, we had what they call first I went to, they sent us to college for about 5 months to pick up general college courses, and then
Where was that?
that was in Davidson, North Carolina.
What school was that?
Davidson College.
Oh, yeah.
The college is still operating.
Oh, liberal arts, or?
I guess that'd be what you'd call it.
Yeah.
It's probably grown a lot since that time. That's pretty much 50 years ago.
When did you get your commission then? How did you get that?
Well, I went through bombardier school at Albuquerque, New Mexico. Took up bombardier training, and I graduated from there in 1944.
Oh, and then you give you a second lieutenant?
No, I was what they call a flight officer. I don't know where I think what happened is that you didn't quite meet certain things in their curriculum. They wouldn't give you a commission. They'd make you were actually kind of like a warrant officer.
Oh, yeah.
And you were supposed to be a warrant officer for like 3 months or 6 months, and then after that, then they give you a commission. But they never caught up with me, I guess.
Oh, you were that flight officer all the way through then?
Yeah. Well, I went overseas, and then when I came back after the war was over, then of course there was no use to do anything. Then they discharged you and sent you home.
A lot of people thought that warrant officer was about as good a place as you could be.
I guess we called it kind of a bastard rate. Although you see, like a commissioned officer, he'd only got 10% more when he went overseas, where we got 20%, so it's actually better.
Was your base pay about the same as a officer too?
No.
Living conditions and everything. We lived with officers, didn't you?
Yes. Actually, the pay was the same both for second lieutenant and flight officer. But like for flying pay, they give you 50%. You both got that. But then overseas, the commissioned officer got 10% more, and the flight officer got 20%.
Did you have any administrative duties, or?
No.
Well, that was an advantage probably then too. The officer would have some of them.
Well, none of those officers in the Air Force seemed to have any administrative.
Oh.
So that, you had a pilot. You had 10 people on a crew, and the pilot did all the hard work.
He was the boss man.
Yep.
Did you want to be a bombardier, or did they just send you there?
Well, I guess I could have gone to a pilot training school, but at that time they were washing them out faster than they got them in. So I thought, well, I guess I'll try something. I have a better chance.
Did you have any pilot training at all?
Well, in the schooling that we got in North Carolina, they gave us 10 hours in a dual training in a Piper, helped to see how, that we didn't get sick and air sickness and stuff like that, and see that you had coordination.
Yeah. What kind of a plane did you fly?
We were flying in B-24, 4-engine bomber plane.
Prop?
Didn't have no jets in those days.
Yeah. And you say it's a crew of 10?
Crew of 10, yeah.
What were they?
Had pilot, co-pilot, bombardier, navigator, engineer, and then the rest of them are kind of classified as gunners, waist gunner, nose gunner, tail gunner. That was their primary job, but they did other things too.
They'd be all enlisted men,
Yeah.
I suppose, the gunners.
They were.
You said you were bombardier and navigator both?
Well, that's what they were in the event that it turned out that you needed a navigator. Usually you flew in the formations of 7 planes. See?
Oh.
And there was what they call there'd be a lead bomber or lead navigator and a lead deputy lead. So one of those guys didn't happen to get lost or got shot down, and you'd probably take over.
Mm-hmm. Did you have to follow along all the time to make sure you knew where you were then too, or
no? We
not
didn't
necessarily.
Usually you flew in. Like a group would be about 3 squadrons. Which would be about 21 or 28 planes.
Would you always be in the same position in that flight then? Same location in it?
I guess I couldn't tell you that.
How close would you be together to the other plane?
Well, you'd be as close as you can be for self-protection, see.
What, 50 feet or?
Yeah, I suppose.
That's getting pretty close.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably farther than that. But the tighter your formation, the harder it is for the fighter planes to get at you.
Oh?
They want you to get as close as you can.
You'd have more help from the other gunners on other planes.
Yeah.
I imagine you could all...
They could shoot each other down that way.
Would you all be pretty much at the same level?
Yeah. Pretty much.
How many men would it take to actually fly that plane?
The co-pilot, or the pilot and co-pilot, and the engineer is on that really flew it.
Well, what did the engineer do?
He's sure that, that everything was running right. And there's hydraulic systems, electrical systems, and it's pretty complicated,
Well, there really wouldn't be much he could do, though, if something went wrong, was there?
No, well, I suppose he had an oil leak or something.
Yeah.
He could, maybe they had some type of tape to put around it or something.
Or you mean an oil leak inside the plane someplace? Did you ever run into that?
Well, that doesn't matter. Is the day we got shot down on our 4th flight. First day shot out actually they did shoot the hydraulic system out. So you had to control your flaps and so forth. So it's by manual.
Took the whole hydraulic system out of the plane?
Yeah, well, of course they shot and then the oil went.
Oh, yeah.
and we had, they shot out 2 engines. But finally a third engine had what they call a runaway prop.
Oh, yeah.
In other words, it goes so fast that putting your big plane to pieces. So when you had it.
How many fighters were after you?
Wasn't any fighters after us. We never did see fighters in my time flying because they were all. They shot us down with anti-aircraft.
Oh, that was ground fire.
Yeah.
Well, you must not have been too high then.
Oh, yeah. 26,000, I think.
And they could get you from there? Oh.
It was as thick as they could walk on it.
Did any other planes go down the same time you did?
No, that's what I know of. But we were on our way back from the mission, and we kind of in a downward glide, I guess, and gave it up.
Where were the guns located? Do you know? Was that in Germany or?
Yeah, that was in Austria.
Oh, what town were the guns at? Do you know?
Target was we were bombing that day was in Linz, Austria, which was known to have. I think they know how many guns each town or city has. If I remember right, it seemed like there were supposed to be 900 anti-aircraft guns in this town.
That's nice. I was at that town, but I never saw it.
You know, Germans could shoot it too.
Pardon?
They could shoot.
Huh. What'd you say? You were 26,000 feet, you thought?
Yeah.
I didn't know they could get you that high. Were you going through anti-aircraft fire quite a bit then on the way back?
Well, just in the area of the target.
What date was that when you were shot down?
20th of January, 1945.
When they started shooting, how long did it take then till you finally went down?
Well, I suppose it was within an hour. We were on our way back after we unloaded our bombs, I guess. On our way back to our home base was in Italy.
Well, you could go that far after they started damage the plane?
Well, we didn't, but I mean, that was, if everything went right, because that's how far it is. I think, if I remember right, it's between 700 and 800 miles.
Oh, yeah.
Back to our home base.
But when they took the hydraulic system out, how long from that time till you went down then?
Oh, we went into kind of a downward glide, not very fast, but until that runaway prop, then I suppose it was probably a half hour.
Well, he probably couldn't have landed that plane with the hydraulic system out and all that stuff in either.
No.
Who decides if you're going to abandon ship and go down? The pilot?
Pilot. Yep.
How'd you feel when he told you you're going to step out?
Well, I guess there isn't much you can either go out or you stay.
Had you jumped from a parachute before? You'd gone off those towers, I suppose, though.
No, it was kind of a funny deal with me. I was in the nose of the plane, and I was supposed to go out the nose wheel door. You pull a red handle, and the door is supposed to open. Well, pull that, and it only opened halfway. And so I was going to go try to get out then, and it turned out that I had a chest parachute. And I got out that far up to the parachute, and I couldn't get out any farther because the hole wasn't big enough.
Good night.
There's only half of the door had opened.
Because of the hydraulic failure, or would that have anything to do with it?
It could have had something to do with it. I guess I never thought about it. But anyway, the navigator was there, and a good thing he was, because he pulled me out, so I went back to the bomb bay doors and jumped off them.
Well, that must have been awful hard to pull you out of there.
Yeah, it was.
There's no way you could have got out yourself.
I don't think so.
Well, a lot of people wouldn't have been able to pull you out.
I suppose not.
Was he a big fella?
No, that's a little dried up guy.
What was his name?
Leroy Cliverton.
Where's he from?
From Atlanta.
You keep in touch with him?
Nope.
He saved your life.
Yep.
How long were you down there and you couldn't get out?
How long was I
in the bomb bay.
I guess when you said that I couldn't get out, it could have been 2-3 minutes, I suppose. I don't know.
I bet it seemed like an hour to you.
I guess so. I probably had a funny look on my face.
Did you yell at him, or did he see you were in trouble?
I guess he must have thought I was in trouble.
Was he a good friend of yours?
Well,
I imagine all of you on the plane, the crew, were pretty good friends.
Yeah.
Get to know each other pretty well.
Of course, you see, these crews are made up, they're made up in the States, and by the time you get over there, you really only get to know those guys in a couple months, you know.
Yeah.
And, but I've never heard or seen of any of them since. There's been lots of reunions and so forth since, but I've never seen a name of any of them on any reunion list.
Oh.
So consequently, I've never gone to a reunion because I've never seen anybody there that I knew.
Yeah.
I had only been at this camp or base in Italy for about less than 2 months. So, you know, you didn't really get to...
Well, you were a replacement then?
You were a replacement crew, yeah.
The whole crew?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How far out were you off the ground when you went down?
Oh, I was plane was about 20 or 19 or 20,000 feet. I could see the altimeter, and it's kind of going around like crazy.
Was it just gliding, or was your...
Well, it was kind of going in a spiral, I guess.
Wasn't twisting or anything?
No. But anyway, I think we were kind of in the mountains. And, so I guess we were at about 20,000, and...
Would that have been the German Alps?
Austrian.
Oh, Austria.
And I don't know if it's the Alps or not. I think they were around 8,000 feet high, I think.
Oh, yeah. How close to the ground is it safe to get out? You need, 5,000 feet, or do you need that more?
I need enough to get out away from the plane, and I suppose 500 feet would be...
Well, you could still make it there?
I think so.
Oh.
I don't really know, because we never had any training or anything, and parachute jumping, or...
Well, I'm surprised you didn't have some of that.
No, not that I recall.
I thought they always put them off those towers, so...
That's
paratroopers.
They probably... figure when you're...
Were you the last one off the plane then?
No, I couldn't even tell you. Couldn't tell you.
Do they put it on something like an automatic glide, or... Or does it go out of control when the last guy leaves the pilot?
Well, they try to kind of get it so it's going in a glide or something.
Did they have any automatic pilot at that time?
No, yeah, an automatic pilot.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what really run when you put it on automatic pilot, that's what drives the plane when on the bombing run, see?
Mm-hmm. How about the rest of the crew? Did they all go out about the same time then?
Yeah. I was trying to think, me, one of the guys, he and I got together, I guess, down. We walked up to some kind of a chalet in the mountains there, and wasn't long there was somebody there to pick us up.
Was there a lot of snow on the ground at the time?
Yeah, it was snow. I don't remember if it was a lot, but...
What did the guy have to say when you walk up to him?
I don't even remember because he couldn't talk American, so...
Was he hostile?
No, he just put us in a kind of a city jail, I guess it was.
Oh, you walked into town then?
No, it was kind of a, a little dinky town in the hills or the mountains, I guess.
What was the name of that, you know?
I don't know.
What, just the two of you got together then?
Those two were, can't even remember who the two were.
Did you have any kind of a weapon? Did you carry a revolver or anything?
Carried a 45. You got threw it away, I think.
When you landed? Was there any possibility of you escaping? Or did you even think about it?
Didn't even think about it. I guess the navigator, he got on a train, I guess, and headed south, and I think it was in Yugoslavia. Finally ended up there, and then when he got there, the train turned around and went back.
Was him still on it?
Yeah.
Where did he end up then?
He ended up in the camp with the rest of us.
Same one?
Yeah. After a while, he got the same one.
Oh.
But there were some people in like Yugoslavia and whatever countries that were friendly towards. Some people were friendly towards Americans and some weren't.
Didn't they call them partisans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you could get somebody that was friendly towards they'd try to get you out then, of course. Yeah. I think a lot of them, it wasn't really that far across to Italy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Although they'd have to go for, I think it'd be a G and C is in there, in between there.
Did you see the plane go down?
No. Not that I recall.
But everybody got out of it. Did anybody get hit when you're in the plane?
No. No.
What, did you get hit just the one time?
No, that flak is like, you look out of the side of the plane, you can see these black posters.
Kind of like shrapnel, isn't it?
Yeah. They're just popping off all over you. It's kind of a, what do you call that, kind of a, they're not really direct hits, but they're well,
just like blanket bombing.
Yeah.
Well, actually the shell comes up and then it explodes up in that area.
Yeah.
Well, how far up can they shoot with those things?
I don't know, that 88 millimeter, that German 88, they say that was the greatest gun ever built. And I believe it. You could use those for artillery or anti-aircraft.
Oh. I didn't know they'd go that high.
They did.
Well, you must have been pretty nervous if you'd never jumped before.
Well, I guess it's a matter of your life. Or
How far did you drop before the parachute opened?
well, I tried to get away from the plane, I guess, to be sure that I didn't get caught up in that.
You didn't have any trouble at all, though, with the plane
No.
or the parachute.
The only trouble I had was the parachute. It was the harness wasn't as tight as it should be, and when it parachute opened, it kind of, got me in the groin.
Oh.
But I guess I got over it.
How about when you landed it?
Landed in a tree, a great big pine tree. That was just like jumping off a feather bed into a feather bed.
Good night. You didn't even worry about breaking a leg or something then?
No.
What, did you cut yourself loose from the parachute, or?
I just took it off, rolled down the tree, and took my escape money and away I went.
What kind of escape money did you have?
I don't know how they arrived at it. It seemed to me it was $48 in American money. I don't remember what else was in the kit. I remember that.
What did you do with that?
I don't even remember.
Did you look this guy up, or did he come as soon as, did he see you come down and come to get you, or how'd that work?
No, I guess we walked up to their house in the mountains there. And I guess there was a guy there, and he took care of us, I guess.
Did he have a gun then, or?
I don't even remember.
Oh, yeah.
I suppose we went to town then, or somebody, somewhere or another, and they put us in jail there, I guess.
Was this fairly close to this little village, or was it just a house up in the mountains?
Just the house. It must have been fairly close.
Oh, yeah.
I think maybe we were there a couple of days and
In the jail in the village?
maybe that's what it was.
That's getting to be quite a while ago.
Yeah. And they finally took us to an airfield.
What date was it when you were shot down?
January 20th, 1945.
Oh, yeah.
It was getting kind of late in the war, I don't know.
Yeah, but it was still 4 or 5 months of war yet.
Yeah, well, I guess it was liberated on D-Day, 29th of April, I think it was. Well, I only there about 100 days, I think, 3.5 months.
Did this guy seem at all hostile that picked you up?
Not that I recall.
How old a fellow was he?
What seemed to me he was quite elderly, I think.
Oh, he couldn't have spoke English, though.
Not that I recall.
How'd they take you to prisoner of war camp then?
Oh, they took us from that airfield and they put us on the train.
40 and 8 cars?
Right.
Box car or a passenger
I
car?
think it was a passenger.
Oh, yeah.
Took us to Nuremberg, I guess, where we go to Frankfurt. We were in a POW camp in Nuremberg for 3 months, I guess.
What was the name of that camp?
It was what they call a Stammlager 13D, I think was the number.
Oh, they didn't have a regular name for it.
No. Well, it was Actually, it wasn't a real POW camp. It was my understanding was that it had been a converted cavalry camp.
Oh, German or Austria?
Yeah, German.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what the name of that little village was that you were picked up at?
Nope.
Was that around Linz, though?
I suppose it was, yeah.
Linz was your target.
Well, I suppose we'd been, we were probably 100 miles away from the target or something.
Oh, yeah.
So I said,
Did you have a lot of anti-aircraft fire right around the target?
right around the target, yeah.
They never touched you there, though. Or did they hit you? Is that where they hit you?
That's where they hit it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
How did they treat you? What did they do to you when you first got to this regular prisoner of war camp then? How did they process you?
Well, I guess I can't remember the order. That's what it looked like, I guess.
Oh.
That must have been after a few days. It looked like I hadn't shaved for a while.
How did they process you when you first got to that prisoner of war camp? What'd they do to you first?
Well, I just, took down I can't even remember whether they took down as your personal.
Did they interrogate you about what the target was?
Yeah. But I mean, hell, they knew more about it than I did.
Were they pretty hostile or not?
Not really. We were at a railroad station where there were people around. They were kind of hostile. He immediately spit at us.
The civilians?
Yeah.
Oh. Were you ever mistreated at all?
That's my. If you can pronounce that.
No, I can't.
Kriegsgefangenen, something. That has to do with prisoner, I think. Krieg.
How'd you happen to get this? This is your personal identification from the German army, I suppose.
There was another fellow from my hometown of Elbow Lake that, when the war was over, he got into the headquarters somewhere or other and found his own and thought about me and got mine too.
This is quite a souvenir. Says Mr. M. Burgess, box 345, Elbow Lake,
That's my dad.
Oh, yeah. You're number 9388.
Yep.
This was why the war was still going on, that he got this?
Well, it'd be right at the end, in there.
Oh. Well, they got the number with your picture, too.
Yep, that's my serial number.
T5694 with the German Army.
No.
Oh, that's your American serial number?
This is my. That's my serial number.
Oh, from your dog tag?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was the German number.
No, that's T5694. I had an enlisted number. 37549471. I still remember that.
Oh, yeah, you never forget that. What's this other one?
Oh, I guess that was part of that there. More of personnel, something. Name and birth date. Protestant. My dad's name. I don't know. There's my mother's maiden.
Friedstrom?
Yeah.
I suppose they were trying to find out if you were Jewish.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
That'd be on there if you were, I imagine.
Could be.
Well, that's quite a souvenir.
I never thought of the Jews who hated that bad, I guess.
Oh, you bet they were.
Yeah, I knew they should have known. Well, I didn't. We had, in our training, there was a lot of Jewish boys. You didn't think anything about it.
No.
They didn't really let you know that they were Jewish.
Oh.
So you know, they'd...
You know, you'd ought to put this in that plastic stuff and preserve it. That's quite a keepsake.
So they could sell that or no?
Well, I don't know how valuable it would be monetarily, but
I don't know.
It's pretty nice. Is that grade?
I don't know what that...
you were good for something.
I think that means you were a boy, or...
I thought that meant good. You better get Arnie to interpret that thing for you.
Better,
yeah.
He can probably tell what all these are.
He might be able to. He could speak some German. I don't know if he can.
I'm an arbiter at this.
I don't know what that means.
Civilian job, I suppose. I don't know.
Could be.
I should be.
Yeah, you should.
Look at all that.
That must be the name of the prison camp. Maybe.
Luft, like the luft, that has to do with air.
Oh.
Okay.
How about, what kind of treatment did you get in the prison camp?
Oh, that was all right. That was okay.
How about the food?
Food wasn't any good, but if it hadn't been for the Red Cross, you'd probably starved to death.
What kind of Red Cross? Did you get packages for each individual or what?
Yeah. Well, either individuals or two to a package.
What would be in that package?
Oh, it'd be, I think if I remember right, 5 packages of cigarettes, for one thing. Chocolate, I guess. Probably a can of beans, Spam or something like that. It wasn't Spam. Some, crackers of some sort. They were welcomed.
How often did you get them?
Well, not as often as we'd like to. In fact, the Germans, they even got them.
They probably took quite a few that were supposed to go to you then, I suppose.
Well, it was kind of run by the Red Cross came in there. They had special trucks.
Did you ever get to talk to the Red Cross then, too? They wouldn't let you close to them?
Well, I guess never really. They came out of Switzerland.
Oh. How about your folks? Did they know you were a prisoner of war?
Oh, yeah, well, this here guy from the Navigator, he was from Atlanta, and his dad was a preacher down in Atlanta, and whether he found out about it or before my dad did, anyway, when he found out, he sent my dad a telegram.
Oh, yeah.
And that we were where we were and that we were safe.
Would the Red Cross notify parents?
They would, I guess, and our home base, when we were missing, of course, they sent notice that.
Mm-hmm. They would just send one note that you were missing in action, I suppose.
Yeah, they wouldn't know if you were okay or. Well, I guess.
Where did you fly out of?
Flew out of Italy, a town by the name of Cerignola. Well, I guess it was south of Rome.
Oh, yeah. Was it just United States Army base, or?
As far as I know, yeah.
When you were released from the prison camp, who released you, do you know? Or who liberated you?
Americans. Patton's army came and cleaned them out.
What unit was it, do you know?
I don't know.
Did the Germans just take off, or was there a fight?
Well, there was some resistance, but that didn't last very long.
Yeah.
They had moved us from their original camp that we were at Nuremberg. They marched us down by Munich.
Well, not at Dachau, was it?
No.
Oh, yeah.
There was a town by the name of the town was Moosburg. They had set up a temporary prison camp there with tents and so that's where when they came in they liberated us from that town.
Well, that'd be pretty cold and tense at that time of the year.
Well, that was
you had pretty good
May,
heat.
April, you know.
Oh yeah, when you liberated, that would be nice weather then.
Yeah. I think it was 29th of April.
Did you ever have to do any work? Did they want you to work or?
No, he didn't say. He'd probably been better if you did, I guess.
What happened in the camp itself? Did the highest ranking officer pretty much run the thing or what?
Yep. We had a colonel that was the head of the camp, and then of course the Germans really run it, of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, they had a senior American officer was in charge of the.
They'd give him the orders and he'd pass it on to you.
Yeah.
How'd that work? Pretty good?
It worked. Okay.
Did you have any problems with the other officers or anything? I mean, they tried to take care of you pretty well?
As well as they could, you know. We had our senior American officer. He was he must have been a German too, because he was a bullhead boy.
Did you like him?
Yes.
What was his name?
Hell, I think, in fact, I better make some more coffee, I guess.
Yeah, I might. Well, let's finish this first.
No, I won't.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty soon I'll be discharged.
Before you were freed from that prisoner of war camp, did you have any idea that it was close?
Oh, yeah, we had news reports and maps and what have you.
Well, where'd you get that from?
Oh, they let us.
From the Germans?
Yeah.
Oh.
We probably gave them more news than they had.
You mean where the American soldiers were and where the front was and that whole business?
Yeah, they did.
Were there any SS troops in the prisoner of war camp where you were?
No, not that I recall.
You were never abused, though, in any way?
No.
How about when they interrogated you?
No. No.
I wonder if that was on the downhill side that...
I think it probably was as the war had turned around.
What were they mainly... What kind of questions did they ask you? Do you remember?
I suppose they just had standard questions to ask you where your camp was, where your base was. And,
oh, yeah.
Of course, you weren't supposed to give them any information outside your name, rank, and serial number, but if somebody's got a gun sticking you in the back, what do you do?
Yeah.
You know, you always figured that I don't know anything that's important to you anyway.
Yeah. How long did it take from the first time you saw the Americans come until you were released?
It wasn't very long. I think they came in there on the 29th. Yeah, 29th of April. We were liberated. And on the 8th of May, I had been flown to France.
Continuation of the tape, February 27th, 1991, Ortonville, Minnesota, between Jim Burgess and Charles McLaughlin. You mentioned when you were in this prisoner, or when you were going to that prisoner of war camp, you said you went to one and then they moved you to another one?
Right.
And you had to march about 100 miles?
Right.
How long did it take you to go that far?
Oh, I suppose a week.
Oh. Just line you up?
Just marched in,
Quite a few guards with them?
Oh, yeah.
Did anybody try to escape from that?
Not that I guess one reason is that everybody knew that the end of the war was pretty close, and I mean, why take that chance?
Yeah. I thought they always made quite a few of people work, but they never ever.
Officers, they can't make work, but
That might have been.
but enlisted people, they can if they want to, I guess.
You've been treated as an officer though anyway.
Yeah.
Were you segregated, or was enlisted men in with you too?
And you tell you, if they're all together, they must have been all together, I guess.
Did they leave you in your uniform?
Yeah.
Anything you had to wear special, any kind of an armband or anything?
No.
What kind of beds did you sleep in?
Well, I guess, like an army thought, I guess, only harder.
Did you get used to it? Was it fairly comfortable then, or?
As far as I guess, when you're young like that, you don't really pay that much attention.
No. Sleep any place.
Sleep any place.
What would an ordinary meal be about?
Well, I was just trying to think of what breakfast would be, but I can't even think of it. I know we got a lot of soup. I suppose it was made out of horse meat, as far as I know. I can remember getting bean soup or pea soup where they had the beetles were right in the soup. You just shove them aside and...
Did you ever eat the beetles?
Not that I know.
Didn't plan to.
Didn't plan to.
Oh, was the soup pretty watery, or?
Yeah, it seemed to me like a vegetable soup with it almost think it was made out of ragweed or pigweed or some weed of that sort.
How about bread and potatoes? Did you get much of that?
Got bread. We got what they call the old German black bread.
Yeah.
And that's really about what it was. It's practically black.
Oh.
And then what else did we?
Potatoes?
Potatoes, yeah. But, in Germany they used human refuse for fertilizer.
Yeah.
So you had to be pretty careful of that. But there was no big variety of anything.
Did you have to cook your own meals and prepare all of them yourself? You had facilities to do it?
Well, they brought us like soup and stuff like that. But these guys had been around there for quite a while. They actually they get to learn a lot of tricks about like food parcels, Red Cross food parcels, so they can make certain things out of like them crackers. They'd make pies or cakes. Funny how they get pretty good at making things.
Yeah. How about, did you smoke at that time?
Yes, I did.
You couldn't trade your cigarettes off then?
No, I must have smoked them. I don't even remember that. But
how come they moved you from this one camp to the other one?
Well, Americans were bashing on there in Burgess. They wanted to save us, I guess.
Then they moved you down towards Munich, and that's where you were freed from.
Liberated from the man town was Moosburg.
That was a pretty big prison camp, wasn't it?
Well, I don't think it had been. you know, like the most of it was tent.
Yeah.
But the only thing I remember.
And that was just tent?
That's about all I remember seeing. But the only permanent buildings there were like machine buildings.
Dachau was right close to it.
Was it? But I didn't know anything.
But that was a permanent.
I didn't know anything about Dachau at that time, I guess.
I'm not sure how far, but it wasn't very far from you. They had moats around that, and ditches and electrified fences. How about, were you guarded pretty well in this one?
Oh, I don't know. They didn't. Yeah, they had guys up in those towers, you know, machine guns. They also had fences around, double lane fences with barbed wire and dogs in there.
Were they electrified or anything?
I don't know about that.
Dogs were probably enough.
I think so. Seems like they always had done German shepherds.
Yeah.
They were ready to eat most anybody.
Yeah, I think they got pretty hungry. But right after that, you were released, then you went to Le Havre?
The Havre, Camp Lucky Strike.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't take them long. We were on a ship headed for home.
Did you have enough points to be discharged right away then?
Well, then when we got back to the States, I went to Miami to rest and read R&R.
Rest and recreation?
I suppose. And then, of course, the war was over with in Pacific then, so.
By the time you got there?
Oh, well, that was in August.
August, yeah.
But when I got home, I think I got about a 2-month leave, and I went back to Miami and got all checked out. And while I was there, the war was over with in Pacific, so they didn't want a lot of deadbeats hanging around.
You didn't need too many points to get discharged.
No, I don't even recall if you needed any points.
How many points did you have? I remember.
I hadn't really been in the service. I was only in there about 2.5 years, you know.
Well, being overseas that way, though, they added up fast.
Yeah, but I was going over there about 7 months.
You said you made four flights. How often would you go out on a mission?
Before we got there. Yeah. We got there in Italy in November of 44. I think our first flight was on Christmas Day of 44. I guess, I don't know, these 4 missing parts, the weather had a lot to do with,
Yeah.
you know, nowadays you don't have that much trouble. Although flying is still, you gotta have decent weather, you know.
Yeah. Well, ordinarily, then you might have gone once every 4 days or something like that.
Yeah. But the weather wasn't. So I suppose the targets were getting kind of short.
Yeah.
About that time, you know. We were bombing marshalling yards, railroad yards, stuff like that. I mean, there wasn't any targets that were, you know, ball bearing flaps or anything like that.
They were all gone.
They were all gone by that time.
And were you pretty nervous when you take off in one of those?
No, I always was, but you never sure whether you're going to get off the ground or not. That was my worry, because I've seen so many of them in training at accidents. And I always thought that the people 24 was light on power. That whole sound pretty small.
You mean they were loaded so heavy that
Yeah.
made you nervous before you got in the air?
Oh.
Well, I imagine they put every pound they could on them.
Everything they could in them, you know.
Were you under fire every time on all the missions?
No, as far as I remember, that was the only time we can shot at it.
Oh,
But like I say, the targets were slim.
yeah.
And of course, that was about as far as we could fly. You know.
Oh, and get back, that was...
Yeah, that was about 700-800 miles.
That was about it.
If you put gas tanks in the bomb bay doors, the bomb bays, hell, there wasn't any room for bombs.
Could they have done that?
Oh, yeah.
How was it transferred it into the tank then? Was there a mechanism for doing that?
I don't recall it. If you put tanks in bomb bays, you couldn't bomb them.
I don't think you could use the gas out and let the
tank go.
tank go.
I don't have any recall it. Like that.
Oh, yeah. Is there anything else you think we could get on here?
Was my wartime.
Yeah, or anything?
The wartime, I guess. About it, I guess.
You must start as county engineer right after you get out then, or something.
No, I got out of service in September of 45, and I kind of had a good time for a couple of years.
You won't put any of that on here.
And
Your wife might like some of that.
let's see, then I finally decided it was time to go to work. But I was living in Elwood at that time, and my older brother, he's gone to work for the State Highway Department in Morris. In about April of 47, so I'd done a little engineering work with the county at home, worked with my dad a little, and for the state on other jobs. So I guess they were getting cranked up then for a lot of construction. So I went down and applied for a job then at Morris. Didn't know anything about get a job practically.
What, you started as a rodman or something
Started
like
as
that?
a rodman, chainman.
Oh, yeah.
In 1st May 1947. I think that was the year they created the road between Morris and Graceville.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I worked on that. They paved it at the same time, I suppose. I don't know.
I lived in that, remember the white building, first place east of Graceville? On the south side of the road?
Yeah.
I lived there. I remember we had trouble getting in and out of the place.
Well, anyway, I started there in May 1st, 47, I guess. It got 65 cents an hour, I believe.
That was probably a good job, too, at that time.
And then I stayed with the state until 66. 9 years ago, yeah. That's maybe about 9 months.
Yeah.
that time, working for the state, at that time you could take a test for a highway engineer examination. They're not quite as good as a graduate civil engineer, but with 8 years training and on-the-job training and right preferences, you should apply to take the test to be a registered highway engineer. Well, I thought, I'll try it. That's what the minimum test was. The personal interview, it was 16 hours. I don't know how I ever passed it, but I did. And
Oral and written both.
yeah,
So you must have been running some instruments then too, besides being a
well, very little.
Oh.
And, like I say, I can't remember when I got to be an instrument man.
Well, you were an instrument man before you took the test, weren't you?
Yeah. I guess I had good teachers.
Well, you must have. Did you study quite a bit?
Oh, yeah. I took correspondence for it. And I took this test in, 56, I guess.
Was it a certified engineer or a registered engineer?
Registered.
Oh, yeah. Registered is what they call them?
Nope.
You would be on a par to a graduate engineer, then, actually, as far as
No, you can't do that anymore.
can't do it at all? Oh.
And I can see why there were a lot of these graduate schools and whatever. They spent 5 years in school and 3 years in the field, and then you got some whippersnapper coming along and don't know nothing, and then you take the exam and you're probably lucky.
Well, I don't know, a combination of experience and book learning.
In fact,
Pretty good.
when I was at Breckenridge, the guy I had for an assistant there, he wanted to take the test. The guy that had been his boss before, he wouldn't recommend him. His friends would recommend him, they got a heating turn on. He passed it. So, he's been county engineer at Elk River now for, I don't know, 25 years at least. Better job than I ever had.
Oh.
So anyway, then I got to be registered, and of course that opens up some doors to you.
Yeah.
So you're probably not a better person than you were before, but anyway, so then I got a chance to go with a contractor. As a superintendent, I guess they call it.
Who was a contractor?
Contractor was a guy from Burgess Falls, Mark Van Gravel. So I went there, the superintendent, I guess my title was, but at that time, $600 a month was at the end of the world.
Yeah, there wasn't anymore.
Yeah, but that got to be a job where I couldn't, the owner of the company, all you want to do is drink. And so I worked there for 2 seasons, and I decided at the end of that, enough of that. And the job is recognized opened up and I applied along with other people and got the job, I guess. But as it turned out, I should have stayed with this contractor because his will, when he died, he turned the whole company over to 4 guys that were foremen, and it's still going.
You didn't have any family to turn it to, or?
Yeah, he had family. He turned it to them.
Oh.
Turned it over to his four foremen.
Okay.
Like I say, they're still. So if I'd have stayed there, I'd have been a part owner.
Good, nice, yeah.
But I'm happy the way things are,
You know, there's a lot of responsibility with that job.
Oh, yeah, you gotta make money. You can't like working for the county. You don't have to make money. You gotta save it, but
And the mistakes can be pretty serious.
you bet. So anyway, I worked with Wilson County from September 57 to May of 74, and they canned me.
May of 74?
Yep.
Is that when you retired?
No, I had a 4-year appointment and they refused to hire me.
You mean that in Breckenridge, you mean, or?
A couple of guys that were on the board that all didn't like me, and
Oh, yeah.
well, that'd be three.
Yeah.
Three that didn't like me. So,
There's no opening here then.
well, there was an opening here, and there was an opening at Elbow Lake. So I said I went back to my home.
How come you came here then instead of Elbow Lake?
Well, the reason I did, we talked it over, my wife. In fact, I had the job already sold up over there. I'd been around and saw all the commissioners, and of course I knew them all. And all they were going to do, they're going to have the board meeting and appoint me, and my wife and I decided, well, do we want to go home and let all the relatives get in on all the things that you don't want them to know about? And, not that I had, I come home and yes, to go to the bank and get money, that's the way it is.
Yeah.
So we decided we'd come there.
Might be a lot simpler. Well, when did you retire then?
I retired in February 1st, 1985.
Oh, yeah.
I was 62 years old then. I had 26 and a half years with 27 and a half with county. And I had 9 years at the state. Well, as it turned out, I could put all that together. So altogether, I had 36 and a half years. And that was a pretty good retirement out of it. And that is the worst thing about being a county engineer is the snow.
Yeah, I imagine.
I mean, I always say that, you do what you can with what the equipment you got, and if it breaks down and you have trouble or whatever, but, you can't hardly blame it on to any particular guy, So I said, and I had some tough years up back in the like I say, they wouldn't even let you heal up, I was chewing on them.
68, that was a bad snow year. Were you up there then?
I was there and we didn't have no equipment at all. We had one rotary snowplow that you hooked on a motor patrol.
Put it on the head of the motor patrol?
Yeah.
Keep my
I
nose.
was seeing one, but there was, low as hell, and I guess they had one truck, and then the rest, no, that truck was a big truck plow. So
part of it. Some people that want it out.
We even plowed the farmer's driveway. I mean, that was the county board made those kind of rules.
You can't do that anymore, can you? Down here?
Well, hell no. You can do it.
You're not supposed to, though.
But what the hell, when would you get done?
Yeah. So they must have a lot more equipment in Big Stone County than what you have there.
They had 7 motor patrols and couple of trucks. One big truck, and then that blower on the motor grader, and then they had a couple of single axle trucks.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they had.
Did you open township roads then too?
Open everything there was.
Townships that contract with the county?
Yeah. And like I say, they just take your ass out one way and up the other.
Well, didn't they do that in Big Stone County too, or was it worse up there?
I didn't, I've never really had much snow here. Had a couple of years when they had good equipment,
Yeah, that makes a lot of difference too.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose you got in trouble trying to budget for it too. Well, a lot of problems.
The only thing that 68 and 9, that went in, that made the counties and the states and the townships and what have you, they went out and bought equipment after that.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Oh. But you don't seem to get that snow anymore.
No. Well, you must like that job pretty well, though, too.
Oh, but nobody likes to get screwed out.
No, anytime you're working for the public, you get that.
Like when first Wilson's especially the damn flats, the drainage is bad, and it'll give you too much rain or not enough, it always comes down. Well, now up there, I guess they've done a lot of ditch cleaning, but that gets too high priced stuff nowadays, too.
Yeah. Well, a lot of that they can't do anymore either. How were the people to work with? Was there much difference between Big Stone and up there? Were they about the same?
Well, I suppose the conditions were, I don't know, I guess they were friends that here in that 68.
Yeah, it's hard to compare them unless you were in the same circumstance.
But I don't fuck.
Well, see, the only thing we didn't get on here now, or one thing we didn't get on, is who your family is.
Family, well, I got married in February 14th, Valentine's Day, 1948.
Where'd you get married?
Married in no boys. Then our 43 years in marriage. We had 5 children.
Who were they?
Oldest son, Craig, was Morehead. One of his daughter, Candace, lived in Northfield, Minnesota.
Did you marry?
Yep.
What's her name now?
His name is Lelm. Candace Lelm.
How do you spell that?
Lelm.
What nationality is that?
was in these, they had, well, my oldest son, he had 2 children, 2 boys and a girl. So in North Sea were twins, 2 daughters. I have a daughter in Fargo. She just didn't have her first child.
What's her married name?
His name was Perez. Arturo Perez.
That sounds like French.
No, that's a Mexican.
Oh.
They just didn't have their first child now. He's getting pretty old.
How old is he?
He's 35, I guess.
Oh, well, that should be right, huh?
For the first one. And then I have my next one is son Jeffrey. He lives in St. Cloud. He's not married. He works for refrigeration, plumbing, air conditioning, refrigeration company. And my youngest daughter is Rebecca Baxter. She lives in Northville. She's got 2 children, 2 boys. So I guess that's it.
That's it. Well, I think you should preserve those records when you
put
in the
those
war. Oh, absolutely.
I guess I don't know, they can do that down on the bank, I guess. But cellophane around them.